Hello, this is Mindy from the Weekend Gardener, and today I'd like to give you a gardening tip. Now, as the temperatures begin to warm, people begin to think about taking their indoor plants outside, and that is a great practice to follow. But there are a few things that you need to do to be successful at that. And when you take your plants from the inside out, you actually need to do a process called hardening off. And if you've ever started plants from seeds, such as tomatoes or peppers, that is part of the process. And what that does, it actually gradually exposes the plant to the outdoor environment. And if you think about any time that we go from the indoor environment directly outside in the bright sunlight, what happens? We burn. The same thing can happen to your plant material. So, beginning around March or April, depending on the area that you live in, you will need to gradually expose your indoor plants to the outdoor environment. Now, start this process by putting them under the shade tree for a couple of hours for the first week, and then extend that time and then gradually expose them to the environment that you're going to keep them in for during the summertime. But don't leave the plants out for the whole day until your local frost-free date has come and gone. And that way you don't have to worry about some spur-of-the-moment freeze coming and hitting your area and killing your house plants. Now, the other thing that you need to do is you need to inspect your plant material. You need to check and make sure that you don't have roots coming out of the bottom. And how you would do that, if you had a hanging basket, you're going to pop this bottom off. Now, as you can see, this particular plant, which is a spider plant, is root bound. But this type of plant likes to be root bound, so I'm actually not going to worry about that on this plant. Ferns are another plant that like to be root bound. But other plants don't, and you just have to know your peculiar plant that you're dealing with and address that need accordingly. One of the other things you will need to do is you're going to need to remove any dead plant material and cut it or pull it depending on the plant material. You also need to inspect it for any type of plant diseases or plant pests and address those needs accordingly. Now, if you have a dish garden, it's always a good idea to go ahead and dismantle the dish garden, and then you can redo it when you go to bring the plants back indoors for the fall and winter. So until we meet in the garden again, this has been Mindy from the Weekend Gardener.